With all the layoffs, crunch culture, and clueless upper management, being a modern-day game developer sounds hard. But imagine being a developer with all eyes on you, gaining near celebrity status. That sounds even harder. Some have taken their newfound fame and have earned themselves massive respect. Others, well, in this video, I'll be taking a special look at 3 celebrity game developers who I believe are really weird. But is this a bad thing? I mean, what can go wrong?
Throwing flashbang.
I'll be honest, the recent comments by Randy Pitchford are what led me to make this video. So call it a guilty pleasure, but I really like the Borderlands series. From the world building, to the gun manufacturers, to the vault hunters, and while the writing can be hit or miss, the moment-to-moment gameplay is usually strong enough to keep me sticking around. I haven't played Borderlands 4 yet, but from what I've heard, it seems to fix many of the flaws in past entries. The writing was a major pain point in Borderlands 3, the DLCs were fine, but the main story was just abysmal. But apparently Borderlands 4 has much better writing, and with additional movement options, fairer loot drops, and more rewarding exploration, this might be the best entry since Borderlands 2. But I cannot ignore what I am reading about the performance. If even high-end hardware struggles to run it smoothly, then I cannot imagine how the Switch 2 port will function. This is where Gearbox founder Randy Pitchford comes in, replying to a tweet criticizing the game's use of AI upscaling. Performance issues have plagued many games over the years, and a common denominator for many of them is Unreal Engine 5, including titles like metalgearsolid Delta, Stalker 2, Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, and Silent Hill 2. So in Randy's response to that user, he sarcastically suggested that fans should build their own game engine to show industry veterans how it's done. This comment is incredibly disingenuous. Obviously, most players don't have the technical expertise to make their own game engine, but as consumers, it is perfectly reasonable to notice when a game isn't performing properly and to be critical of it. Talking down to the community for wanting a stable experience comes off as insanely tone deaf. The simplest, most professional response Randy could have given would have been something like, "We're aware of the issue and are working on fixes for future patches." That's it. Unfortunately, Randy has a reputation for speaking before thinking, because not too long ago, he made the brilliant claim about Borderlands 4's potential $80 price tag, saying that any real fan would just figure out a way to cough up the money. $60 was already stretching it for some people. So $80 in today's economy is asinine, and it is awful that this is becoming the new standard. Ironically, the game actually launched at $70, which is slightly better, meaning Randy's little real fans will pay comment did nothing but make him look even more like an asshole. And I can go on and on about all of the other debacles this guy has gotten himself into because he just does not know when or how to shut up. Before becoming a game dev, he was a magician, and somehow he has managed to magically piss off everybody. I just cannot with this guy. And look, it's bad enough that there's one photo of this man in the bathroom floating around online that I never needed to see, but somehow there are 2. I am sorry that they are both on your screen right now. Alright, there are 2 other game developers I want to cover, and the first is none other than Hideo Kojima. If Randy Pitchford is the greaseball of the industry, then Kojima is the artsy filmmaker. The guy treats video games like they're his own personal film projects, and with how long the cutscenes are in his games, they basically are. I've always loved Metal Gear Solid, and Deathstranding is honestly one of the very few games that has actually made me cry. But if you're playing a Kojima game, trust me, he will let you know. Kojima's obsession with cinema is no secret, and gaming is simply the medium he chose to live out his dream of being a big Hollywood director. He's always sharing pictures of himself in theaters and posting little movie reviews like he's running his own fucking Letterboxd account. He surrounds himself with celebrities, casts them in his games, and honestly, I just love following the guy so I can see shit like this. But hands down, the weirdest thing about Kojima has to be what Stephanie Justin, the actress and likeness for Quiet in Metal Gear Solid 5, came out and revealed. Apparently, her feet were photogrammetrically scanned in high detail by Kojima Productions. And apparently, she's not the only one, because Norman Reedus went through the same process for Death Stranding. If there's any Hollywood director Kojima shares that particular fascination with, it's Quentin Tarantino. Ever since that came out, it's basically become an inside joke among his followers. If you scroll through some of his posts, you are almost guaranteed to see a meme about him scanning someone's feet. They will not let go of this. Outside of weird-ass stories like that, yeah, he can come off a little pretentious at times, but honestly, he's one of the most creative forces in the gaming industry. So, leave Kojima alone.
Please.
Now, I want to focus on an absolute titan of the gaming industry, specifically on the PC side of things, and that is none other than Gabe Newell. PC gaming has been by far the platform I've spent most of my game time on, and for that, I have Steam and Valve to thank. But holy shit, the amount of glazing this guy gets is nuts. The internet loves putting a magnifying glass on people and giving them mythical status, and Gabe Newell is one of them. It's a meme to treat him like this ancient deity that hand-delivered us Steam and introduced us to PC gaming. So when Gabe Newell did an AMA over on Reddit, obviously a bunch of the questions were pretty memey, and his responses were just these super simple one-sentence replies. So when asked about the internet's obsession with him, he was like, yeah, my friends think it's funny. Like, brother, your likeness was used to spread the PC Master Race movement. You are their Jesus. And this is your reply. What's even wilder is that this guy isn't even really involved in the gaming industry anymore. Apparently, he's working on some neuroscience stuff nowadays. In an interview not too long ago, he actually describes his daily routine.
I get up, I work, I go scuba diving, work some more. If I either go on a second scuba dive or I go to the gym and work out. You know, I like working. It's fun. To me, it doesn't feel like work. It's like, you know, the kinds of things that I get to do every day are super awesome.
So while PC gamers are out here treating him like the god king of gaming, the man is just fucking underwater looking for pearls and shit and breaching whenever he has to check his emails. And the obsession with Gabe doesn't stop at the memes. On the Half-Life 3 subreddit, Reddit, again, people literally tracked one of his boats using its maritime transponder ID, which is public info. But like, is that not invasive? Why were they doing this? Because the boat was spotted going towards and along the California coast right around Summer Game Fest. They followed that shit all the way from New Zealand to San Francisco to LA, convinced that this was a sign from God that after 12 years, Half-Life 3 was finally coming. And then nothing happened. So yeah, celebrity game developers are a strange bunch. Some are snarky, some are cornballs, and some are deified like the US supply drops in Melanesia during World War II. But that's all I've got. Stay safe, stay sly, goodbye.